Yeah, I'm good.
What up? Welcome to No Excuse Just Result podcast. I'm your boy Lamar.
I'm Steve.
Hey man,
I
it
see
got
you. How you
messy.
doing?
It got messy. I guess he was feeling good from that tip off from the win last night in Indiana, and I ain't never seen him in the history of him playing. And when I mean him, the boy LeBron
Mm-hmm.
playing,
Yeah,
and he posted, as what we looking at right now, Stephen A. Smith boxing,
that's because Stephen A.
and
took it there, bro. Like that's because Stephen A. took it there. Like
yeah,
Stephen A. was the one that was like, if LeBron throw hands, best believe I'm gonna throw hands too. So I
yeah,
mean, LeBron being the type of dude he is, he's like, all right, if you want to go that way, let me show the world what you're really about. Let me show them your boxing skills,
yeah, yeah,
which I mean, LeBron worth too much money
yeah.
and
That's
he got
true.
too much going on to fight Stephen A. It's
Yeah,
just crazy that bro keep taking these personal shots and
yeah,
then tries to play the victim in every single scenario. Like
yeah,
you say, I ain't scared because
yeah,
people, saw the video and the first thing out their mouths was, "Oh, you had a different energy when you was on your podcast." Then he's like, "I ain't scared. I'd put hands on them,"
yeah,
which takes it to a different level. We're no longer criticizing basketball.
yeah.
Um, you then say stuff like, "He's a liar."
That's
I ain't
true.
gonna bring up. I ain't gonna bring up the fact that he wasn't at Kobe's memorial service. Like it keeps you making LeBron's point. Like you keep digging into personal things on nationally televised TV.
Yeah, he does have and he does have the platform, a big platform at that.
Yeah, and then it's like you keep throwing these personal shots and then get
Yeah,
mad when dude respond. Like I
yeah,
guess you just thought LeBron was gonna sit back, not say nothing,
yeah,
but then that man goes on Pat McAfee and the first thing out your mouth is crying. Oh well, he lying. He want to come on there and talk about this. I ain't gonna
yeah,
talk about the fact that you were at Kobe's funeral. I ain't gonna talk about the fact like you were at D Wade's. Like it just kept getting personal, and it kind of makes LeBron's point of this man is doing everything but covering the game. Like there
yeah,
was so much that happened last night, or so many things that we could talk about,
yeah,
and yet we talking about LeBron and we're talking about fighting. Like if you were going to talk about LeBron, you could talk about the game winner, or
yeah.
talk about how the Lakers almost
I mean,
squandered
because
away a
they
lead.
could have they could have led with that. They could have led with that because that was pretty big for the Lakers to win that on the road, which they needed that
But I mean,
because
even if
they
you want
number
to hate,
five right
bro,
now.
yeah, I mean, but if you want to hate, you talk about the Lakers was up by 13 and it took a last second shot from LeBron to pull them to victory. So I mean, even that is like a critique, right?
Yeah,
But yet, first thing you do is come on here and try to defend yourself. And how it makes him look to me, bro, is he's the type of dude that throws stones and hides his hand.
saying, yep,
Yep.
yep,
Um, he is 100% like doing too much. Like there's a lot that's been happening in the NBA, like
yep.
Damian Lillard being out due to blood
Look,
clots.
yeah,
Um, Detroit having an amazing year. Like Detroit went from being at the bottom of the barrel to now being in the playoffs and potentially even missing the play in.
yeah,
I mean, you could talk about Cleveland and their historic run.
yeah,
You could talk about the close six spot like that we're seeing in the West. Like there's so many teams within one game of each other for the sixth spot and trying to avoid that playing. So like there was so much that can be talked about,
yeah.
and yet here we are again talking about something that has nothing to do with basketball.
I
And
knew it was coming. I like,
I knew it was too, bro.
I when I saw that, I got up at like four something, and no, actually I got up at five. I slept in a little bit. Got up at five this morning,
Oh,
and I saw that, and I was like, damn. I said, damn, Bron.
it's
I
coming. Yeah.
said, I was just laughing. I was like, damn, Bron, and I was just like, yo,
I mean, even outside the post, bro. Yesterday when I was sitting here and I kept seeing all the people sharing the pieces of the interview on Pat McAfee, I already knew. I said,
yeah,
as soon as dude gets on TV, here it comes. And
yeah,
here we like soon as he gets on, first thing out his mouth, LeBron is a liar.
yeah,
I know stuff about you that I'm not gonna bring up. And then
yeah. I didn't
proceeds
like
to
that.
bring it up.
I didn't
Like,
like that.
How
I
you
didn't like
say
that.
I ain't gonna discuss your personal stuff and then proceeds to bring it up, and
Yeah,
you know, and then even he backtracked later on in the day. He was like, "Well, I mean, I didn't say LeBron wasn't there, but I mean, he didn't want to be on camera." And it's like,
yeah,
bruh, Kobe died.
yeah,
LeBron didn't want to make the day about him. He said, I'm just assuming. I don't know the true answer, but LeBron may
yeah,
have said, I don't want this to be about me. Don't have the cameras all on me. Focus on Kobe. Focus on
yeah,
his family. Like, that could have been 100% his motivation.
yep.
And
That's
yet,
true.
you sitting there clowning the man because he didn't want to be on camera. And then if he was on camera, you would have had something to say like, they was focusing too much on LeBron. I wish they would have focused on Kobe, his family, his daughter. Like,
It's like
it's just like
be damned if you do, be damned if you don't.
exactly. It's like the man could never do nothing right, man.
Yeah.
And you
I
know,
I got another point.
go
I got
ahead,
another one.
go ahead.
Kendrick Perkins. He got
Some
on
hate
now.
shit, some hate shit. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Big Perks. I'm like, he said, he gave his point of view, and I
Yeah.
understood. He was just talking about the criticism of, well, how the game has grown to criticize players and talk about. And then he
Mm-hmm.
basically said they used to do it in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
with from Magic to Jordan, to all the players, all the great players in the era of basketball. He was just listing them out, just saying everybody had their fair share of criticism. But I would say there's more eyes now on the game of basketball and on the players, because you have people that are really obsessed with certain people, and anything LeBron does, if he goes outside and a banana peel, he's pulling his trash in and the banana peel falls out, it's going to be on social media, CNN, I mean, not CNN, ESPN
Yeah.
the next day, and then they're going to be talking about it. Look how he look. He don't care for
The
earth
environment.
and yeah, like the environment and stuff like that. And then Perkins was like, yeah, it's whatever. And I was like, I felt like it when Perkins was giving his critique, it got a little personal, because I felt that when he said, "Yeah, I've been knowing LeBron, but once he unfollowed me, I blocked him from my phone list." And I'm just like, I said, "Yeah, that relationship went sideways." You know what I'm saying?
But bro, people been calling out Perk for the longest, bro. Like, I mean, Perk is doing what Perk needs to do to stay on TV.
Yeah,
Like, let's be honest. Perk
yeah,
is doing what he needs to do and stay on TV. There's been several past teammates that have called Perk out for the things he said post career. Um, I just wish it didn't have to be this way, man. I wish that we
yeah.
had a platform that talked about sports. Like,
Sports.
it's starting to get weird, right? Like, I know
It
you want
does.
to do stuff for ratings. I know you want people to tune in,
Yeah,
but I remember back in the day when it used to be just two dudes, or I mean, just two people. I just say that two people at a desk, and we literally had an hour of sports highlights, sports
yeah,
commentary, sports analysis. Now
yeah,
we got all this other stuff on here that just makes it messy, and I'm not a fan for it. Like, I
yeah,
love sports, and I love being able to sit down and see it. I love having ex players in there that give a different, side of a point of view, but it's and I hate to say it, man, it's kind of like it's the people who don't really play, like your Skips and, and your Stephen A, who
and
come in.
Gil's Arenas, Gilbert on
Mm-hmm.
Gil's Arenas podcast, he gave your boy a good uh fact check. Stephen A. I mean Skip Bayless,
Yeah,
you know, and he let him know verbatim, like, we're not gonna have a debate. It's no point of having a debate, because I'm gonna list facts about what you do and how you say LeBron is number 9 on your list as all time, and it was crazy, man. I was just
I
like,
mean,
damn,
everybody can make their own list, bro. Like,
yeah,
everybody has their own list. Everybody has their own opinion. So,
yeah,
like, I'm not gonna fault that man for having his own opinion and having Bron as 9.
yeah.
But
But
Skip
you can
has
tell
been
some of
known
it.
to hate
But
LeBron from the
I mean,
beginning.
let's just be real. You can tell some of it's just hating shit. Just
Yeah,
let's just
100%.
keep it real.
Skip been
It's
hating
just
from the
hating,
beginning.
because when you start getting personal, saying, "Hey, one, I know about stuff you done, but I'm not gonna say it. Like you see, then you're not covering the sports.
But
LeBron
bro,
didn't get on there and say all that extra stuff, what he knew about you and what it potentially could have said. He didn't say all that. He
but what
pretty
made it
much just
worse is he proceeded to say what he said he
yeah,
wasn't gonna say.
yeah. And then LeBron got on there and pretty much just talked about the incident that
Hmm.
occurred. He didn't talk about incident that occurred outside of what when he approached you. He kept it right there, but you're going outside the margins and talking about this, talking about that, about LeBron, and then it's like you're trying to build a narrative about LeBron and persuade the media and persuade the
Hmm.
people that's watching you to think a different way about LeBron. And I think that's what he's doing, to be honest, my personal opinion.
He's trying to
Because
play the
when you
victim.
start, yeah, when you start bringing up Kobe, you start bringing up other things outside of, we know how you do. You two face it when you do this. I'm like, see that ain't see now.
That's when I say it gets messy.
Yeah, you're getting messy now because I believe, like I said, Stephen A. Smith is a great sports analyst. He does a
He's an
phenomenal job.
entertainer. He's an entertainer.
Yeah, but
That man's whole facade is to get on TV, be loud, be boisterous to keep us entertained. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I feel like he don't even give good sports commentary no more.
yeah,
That's just me personally. Like I feel like he's gotten to the point where he is turning into a show,
yeah,
and he's kind of gotten him and Skip, bro. Like they no longer rely on spitting facts, spitting true critiques. Like they all are
yeah,
all about the show and about the ratings right now,
yeah.
and it sucks because when you have your biggest shows that come in with these antics, man, we lose the focus,
Yeah,
which is ultimately
you lose true sports fan that really tune in to really want to get an update about sports, but then you talking about personal issues with the players or personal things that happen with the players. Like when do we start getting to a point where that's
well,
why we got TMZ. That's why we got the TMZ Shade Room Ball Alert. That's why we have those things if they want to pick up things outside of sport. You guys are really supposed to talk about sports. Like when you start talking about people personal lives, leave it up to TMZ. Leave it
now
up to
let's
the
clear that
baller
up
room.
though, right? Let's clear that up. When we say personal lives, we know that there's sometimes where those lines cross. Like for
Yes.
example, when a player rides a motorcycle, get hurt, messes up the season, or a player had a firework blow his hand off and it's going to affect his
Yeah.
ability to
You
perform.
can talk
Like
about stuff like
that
that.
stuff matters because it affects the on the field. But when
Yes.
we're getting into this person is two faced, that's when it gets
Yeah, it's personal.
outside of it. Like if
Yeah,
it has
it's personal.
nothing to do with their on field, on court performance, it should not be
It
discussed
shouldn't at
in a
all.
way.
It shouldn't at all. And I don't get it that
Or
when
if it affects the team. If it
yeah,
affects the team, like some Jimmy Butler type stuff. Like that
yeah.
stuff
And I'm
is
just like
definitely have to talk about. Yeah.
these antics that you see on social media. I mean, well, just in general on ESPN, it's just like, all right, now what are we doing now? I understand we need ratings. We're trying to keep the show going, but at the end of the day,
That's what it's all about, man.
we're moving away from covering the game of basketball. We'll cover it, but then we also got to throw cheap shots in too. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
How
You don't
Stephen A was like,
see,
well, he ain't my GOAT, that type of stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Now I'm not gonna
which is
lie.
fun. Like, he
Yes,
may not be your GOAT. Everybody has their own GOAT. Not
yes,
everybody agrees on their GOAT. Like,
yes.
it's which is fine, but like you said, it's a personal shot, and everybody knows why you said it.
Now I'm gonna say this: Shaq, Ernie, and Barkley and Kenny
Hmm.
Smith.
Yeah,
They may they talk they shit. I'm gonna be
yeah.
real with you, but they talk about players, but it may be in a harsh way. But they criticize the game. They keep it in the game. You don't see them talking about people' personal lives. When Charles Barkley talked about Anthony Davis, okay, he talked about Anthony Davis, but he also talked about, yeah, he go in them street clothes again. He supposed to be out there on the court. Like he's critiquing him and his game. Like he don't get
His
into
ability
AD's
to stay
personal.
healthy. Yeah,
Yeah, he's not getting into his personal life saying, "Oh yeah, this is what he do off the field." No, I mean off the court and stuff like that. He's not talking about that. So that I mean, keep it like that. If you want to be harsh, because I know some of those guys can get harsh. Like Shaq, when he did Shaq in the food, like he had to fall back a little bit, you know.
that's a little
But he
different.
was critiquing
'Cause
the game. He kept it in the game. He didn't go outside those lines. He kept it in the game. I know a lot of players.
Well.
I mean, but when you look at the first top 10 of
when
Shaq and the Fool, it was
when
always in the game of basketball. Like it
no
was
no
in a
I,
rim.
I get it right. Where it kind of got messy is when him and JaVale had that beef. Like
Yeah,
that's when it got messy.
he kept
Or
posting.
yeah, or when when him and Dwight Howard have their beefs, like that's when it
Yeah,
kind of gets messy.
yeah.
But
But
I get
but
what
let me
you're
ask you this. Let me ask you
yeah.
this.
hmm
Shaq is not getting on ESPN or TNT to talk about him and the beef publicly. You might see Shaq tweet about it majority of the times.
Well, sometimes they make a joke about it. Like
Yeah,
Kenny and Chuck would definitely bring it up and be like, "You ain't say that to Dwight Howard." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like if
yeah,
we was
yeah,
on TV, we
yeah,
would do right if we
yeah,
was in the situation. But like, I get what you're saying. Like he ain't coming on there to stir it up. Yeah,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. I
I,
get
I
what you're
just
saying.
I sometimes I just honestly don't get it with how Winnie was speaking about it, and he said we have somewhat analysts have gotten away from covering the sports and
Yeah,
to joining the circus. And I don't think Stephen A. Smith agreed with him on that. And
I
but I
mean,
just
of
think
course Stephen ain't gonna agree with because
yeah,
he's the main contributor of it. Him and Skip are the main contributors.
yeah, and I just honestly think that what Stephen A. Smith is doing right now, going on this tour and playing victim and really trying to persuade people of LeBron, I don't think it's cool. I think he's crossing the line. I think Stephen A. Smith is crossing the line and just should just keep covering it from basketball. Have this discussion outside where you and LeBron can talk face to face, and you can hash out and call him out. Tell him he's two faced. The world should know he's two faced. He should. The world should know about the Kobe funeral. They should know about that. All this other stuff that you want to bring up, they should know about that. You need to talk to him directly about that because not once has he brought anything personal outside of what you do as a man or as a broadcaster, a journalist, and talked about things that you do outside and say you do this and do that. Now, once had LeBron said that publicly. I don't know what he
Yeah,
does privately with his homeboys, but I'm just saying
it's
these tick for tat things that you're doing. Talk to this man personally, man.
it's crazy seeing I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You shocked me today. Um, it's crazy seeing you ride this hard for LeBron and going at Stephen A. But yet you don't keep the same energy for Drizzy, as these two have the same antics.
Hey,
And
let's not intertwine these two. Let's
they
not
are
do it.
though, bro.
Let's
Both
not
of
do
them
it.
play
Let's not
victim.
do it.
Both of them throw stones and hide their
Let's not do it.
hands.
Let's not do it because that the
Them
boy is the
two,
boy.
they are
The boy is
one.
the boy. The
They are
boy is the
one
boy.
and the same. So I need you to keep that same energy with Drake because that man will definitely
Hold on.
throw stones.
This is Drake right here. What's up, man?
He definitely throws stones and hides
Yeah.
his hands and then cries at the end when
Yeah.
somebody calls him out. They are the same person. So I
See,
need you to
there we
keep
go
that
with this
same
hating
energy.
stuff.
I'm not hating. I'm just telling you. Keep
No,
the
man,
energy.
what you doing is you hating on the boy. But we're not gonna get into that today because we don't
I'm
have
not
enough
getting
of
into
that.
it. I'm just proud of you. I'm
We
surprised
don't.
you're able to see that flaw in Stephen A. But yet you ain't seen that flaw in Drake. Maybe one day.
You see that flaw in you thinking that Kendrick just you think he just
No,
took
I'm not.
Drake
It's not
down
even
from
that.
the crown,
No,
and
it's
that's
not
not
even about that.
happening.
I'm just saying I don't. It's weird that you don't see the flaw.
All I can say is this:
Both of these
be
people throw
be,
stones and hide their hands.
be tuned because the boy will be dropping soon.
I don't care about the boy.
OVO,
But
we out.
all right, OVO.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, you hating for no reason.
Whatever you say.
You hating for no. See, all right, cool.
Again,
I'm gonna
this
chop
is
that one.
Steve
I'm
from No
definitely, I'm
Excuses,
definitely
Just
chopping
Results.
that. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm
We'll
chopping
talk
this
to you
one
later.
up. I'm seeing you this one. Hey, hey, appreciate y'all joining another episode of No Excuse Just Result podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Lamar.
I'm Steve.
Hey,
We
we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.